that I can't get past
right.
from here.
Yeah, I think it does.
But at some point it meets the other one, right?
Yes.
So you're gonna, at the end of the day though, you'll still see the whole...
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm past the other one.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I can't get all the way out, so
Yeah.
I need to run through that one.
Okay.
And if you guys want to watch this, what I can do is I'll set it here so you guys can kind of stay where you're at and we can all see it. This way I can tell you what's going on if you want to look. Okay, right where we're at right now, it's separated. Justin, do you want to watch this or no?
I can see.
Okay.
I'm trying to understand the shape.
Oh, I understand. That joint right there, the pipe's separated.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see where the joint's offset.
Uh-huh.
This is where the plastic ends toward the 6-inch lateral.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably didn't tie it together real well,
Mm-hmm.
so it shifted.
Mm-hmm.
Normally when we put bands on it now, I pack it, I wrap it with plastic after, and I pack it around it with at least a foot square of concrete.
Oh, wow.
This way it can't shift.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the bands will end up shifting sometimes. Okay, here we've got that one joint. Good majority of it's plastic, 4-inch plastic from that point back. That was the 4 to 6-inch
Right.
lateral connection. And then we go back to cast iron. We got a section of cast iron under the house, and we got some of it that's back braided. It doesn't have the proper fall, and it's holding water a little bit. A section probably needs to be replaced and then strapped up. Part of the plastic that they put in under the house
Mm-hmm.
wasn't graded out properly and wasn't strapped. See right here, we're holding water,
Yeah, I see it.
and at one point we're pretty much buried underwater because it's got a big dip in it. It's got a big belly in it. And when I first opened this, it was just packed with grease because it doesn't have the right fall, so it's backing up.
Right.
This is still the 4-inch plastic, and now we transition to cast iron. The transition joint right here from cast iron to plastic looks really good. They did a good job on that. Coming back now in the cast iron, we have backfall in this joint, which will rot that joint out.
Mm-hmm.
That section, small section, probably it'd be best to replace this piece. It's not all that much underneath the house, because we'll transition back to plastic again here in a minute when we turn. Again, we go back to plastic. And we're holding water in that joint again too, because of the way they tied that in. But not terrible here. But it'd be better to replace it so you could hang it and strap it. Back here, I probably need to get up a little bit higher. You'll see it's about 27 feet. Now I start holding water.
Mm-hmm.
I start holding quite a bit of water back here, where it's got that big belly.
Because it's not sloped properly?
Yeah, it just doesn't have the right fall, right slope to it.
But what do you do if the crawl space is only so high and you can't get the slope? What do you do?
Well, you have to actually make the line deeper. If you have a belly in it like this, now this I can get a lot out of just by strapping up, supporting better. The cast iron is, because of the way the fittings are and the way they tied it in, they cocked it at an angle a little bit. They didn't tie it in straight. If you replace that section of cast iron, it's not going to be that imperative if you have a tiny bit of a belly in there. It's not going to rot through the plastic. It will rot through cast iron if it's holding water all the time. And it's going to cause stoppages. Because the cast iron is very, very rough, where the plastic is very smooth.
Now
it's going to
cast
flow through.
iron is original?
Yes.
And so, nowadays, would you even use cast iron?
No.
No.
So does
Plastic.
it make more sense just to replace the cast iron segment with plastic?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Just that one section, it's only about 15, 20 feet.
Okay.
That's
The
it.
rest is plastic.
The rest is plastic going out to that clay where we had that separation. And then we'll take a look at that and see what that looks like after out to the street. The rest of this coming back is in pretty good shape. Back to the kitchen sink clean out right here where we're running through. That's it. A good portion of it didn't look bad. And like I said, a lot of that just has to be supported. Has to be restrapped and all. Yeah.
Yeah. I think when they did that middle part that they would take it all the way.
Yeah, they should have replaced that one section. Leaving that one section in there is kind of defeating the purpose a little bit. But not terrible, not terrible. Okay, I'm going to move all the equipment over there,
Okay, okay.
and then we'll run that and see what it looks like. Hey, Tom? 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 You know the neighbor fairly well? They pulled their car up real close to the driveway where that thing out is. I don't know if it's okay. Yeah, we can get them to back up a little bit or something. Maybe I don't want to scratch their car. Okay, thank you. Telling you the way it is. Thank you. Okay, we ran through the kitchen sink clean out on the far side of the house, on the driveway side. Now we're on the left side of the house, off the neighbor's driveway. And we're going to run through the 4-inch main line clean out to the city sewer. See if we can get out to there now. We have a lot of debris on the lens. There we go. Get cleared up. We'll get back out to where we were at that 4 to 6 transition. I'm trying to wash that lens off a little bit. Get back out to that 4 to 6 inch transition where that clay pipe was offset. And get that offset right here. That's right out by the sidewalk area. I've marked it with a flag. Approximately 5 foot 3 inches deep. We're going to push past here now, and we're going to get into the 6 inch. We got a pretty large joint right here with root intrusion and offset pretty bad. You can see where it drops down, where it dips down. We can't see it that great because we've got a lot of stuff on the lens. Going to go ahead and push into the city sewer and wash it off. Then we'll pull back. Yeah, 6 inch has a whole lot of roots. It's about 80% obstructed right there at that next joint. Got roots again coming in here, which I can't see it because the camera's kind of cloudy. It doesn't even appear there's a joint there. And we have another joint with a lot of roots in it. The 6 inch is going to have to probably be lined. Put a sewer liner in it. Doesn't look to be offset real bad, except for right at the 4 to 6. If it's not offset real bad, we can still line it. We'll see when we come back here. We have some pretty heavy root intrusion on the sides here, and a little bit of an offset. We have an offset and a separation right there, and that's at the city sewer saddle tie-in. Now we're going into the city. We're in the city sewer now. We'll wash off the lens. Okay, now we're going to pull back in just a moment. You don't have to dig up in the street. You dig here. You dig here and shoot the liner out into the street.
Did you put that at your side?
Yeah. That's 5 foot 3 inches deep here. We'd have to dig about a 3 by 3 or 4 by 4 hole here. Dig down about 6 feet, and then cut a section out where that offset is. Repair that, and then shoot the liner from here into the city sewer.
You don't have to have your sidewalk.
No.
Because I know
That, well, if you couldn't line it, then the only other way to do it is you have to offset the concrete, you have to offset the street, and you have to put a new line in. Then you're looking at, then you're paying somewhere around $10,000 to $12,000. This is about $5,000, $5,500 is the rough. Yeah, with the 6 inch with the line. The big part of it is digging it. going out 6 foot deep, shoring it, and all that. A liner, good 25 years.
Well, let me ask you this, say you found this more expensive than I thought, and you actually, are you going to actually last that much longer?
Oh yeah. If you put a brand new line in, 50 to 100 years,
And then,
easy.
with the
Probably
purple liner,
100
so
years.
it'll be 15 years in terms of cost of the purple liner.
25-year warranty on the line.
And then 25 years later, you just put a new liner in?
No, at that point, if the liner fails, you have to replace the line. You can't reline it.
Okay,
Once
so you
you
can
line
only,
it,
basically, this is like, you can do this once,
right.
and then it's 25 years, or us, someone else.
Right.
At some point, the line has to be replaced, but there's no point in doing it now.
Well, they're saying 25 years, but
That's a warranty,
That's
that could
the
last
guarantee.
longer.
right, that's the guarantee, but there are disclaimers too. We don't know with the liner.
We haven't done it
From
yet.
what we've seen, we haven't had major earthquakes since the liners have been around for the last 15 years. Okay, so if we have a major earthquake, they've got disclaimers all over the place. If we have a major earthquake and this thing breaks, snaps, separates, it's not warranted because of earthquake. Everything else is warranted without earthquake. But we don't know how that's going to react. A brand new line, what we do is we would dig here and we would dig in the street, and then we pull the trenches to line. We put a cable through and we pull a brand new line, so we break the old pipe out of the way with a steel head going through, and pull the brand new line through the old one, same diameter. And we connect it up all day. You know, that's good 50 to 100 years minimum warranty. I'm not going to be here. And whoever's giving the warranty, I'm not going to be here. I got a warranty. If I got 25 in me, I'm lucky. So I mean, they've been doing that for several years, doing the pipe bursting and putting in that type of line. We haven't had one fail since 1970. They were putting no the trench. The liners, we haven't had one fail either. If it's done properly. The only time I've had a problem with the liners is if somebody doesn't know how to do it. I've seen guys do them, they don't know how to do them properly, they don't use the right materials, the proper hot thing, and they can't do it. I mean, I've got a piece of liner in back of the truck.
So that, over there, is the front end of the house, is that,
Right. And I can show you, that cleanout goes both ways. You can go up into the house and you can go down. Okay, let's look. Okay, right now we're in the city channel. We're in the city sewer. I'm going to start pulling back. As you see, I'm coming out of there.
and is
This-
that clay, or is this cast iron?
The city channel is clay. Clay and concrete. And now we're coming back into your piping right here. This is your tie-in right here.
That's cast iron or plastic?
This is clay.
Okay, clay, and that's what's broken.
Yes.
Clay.
We got a small offset right here, not bad, and you got some root intrusion down in the bottom hand corner.
And when
This
you-
one I'm not too worried about. This
when
one,
You do the liner, you go all the way to the city?
we go all the way to the tie-in right there,
Got it.
right where you drop
So if you're
in.
doing the liner, this stuff still stays there though, right?
It stays, but it's all lined in.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the liner's 25, but we still got that other stuff still around it, original.
Yeah, the original, but it's the new pipe is inside that.
Mm-hmm, right.
But yeah, it's a liner.
Yeah, I got
It's
you.
about 3/8 of an inch thick
Mm-hmm.
inside this pipe. I'll show you where we have problems is back further, where we have the major problems. That one wasn't all that bad. That one I'm concerned about because if it's offset too much right at the city settle tie-in, they won't let you line it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have root intrusion here at this joint, not too bad on both sides of the joint, which is kind of typical for a home this age and a sewer line this
What do
age.
you do about that?
Well, I mean, you put the liner in, it's gone.
So you're gonna put the liner in from the entire, not just in the front, the whole line?
The liner from the city sewer to that orange flag. Right now, we're still out in the street.
Oh, okay, I thought
We're still out in the street. Right here, you're coming up to an area that's got quite a bit of roots. We got crack in the pipe a little bit, right here in the clay, and even that one's still not bad. We got, the worst ones are coming back toward the sidewalk. This one you got a little bit of roots coming in. Now we're going to come back to the joints that are, I mean, these are real bad. You're right now you're about 70%, 80% restricted right there. I mean, you can see you got a tiny little hole. That's a 6-inch pipe, and you got maybe an inch opening and a lot of roots.
But if you put a permaliner, isn't it going to be small like this?
No.
The hole's still the same. You're putting a liner in that hole.
No, I'll show you.
You push it down.
Clean it out.
What we do is we go in there and we run a hydrojetter at 3,800 PSI. You blow all the roots out of that. Everything's clean, nice and whistle clean when we get done.
Right. But if the hole's still there, it's still...
No, it takes it all out.
It takes it all out. It opens it all up to 6 inches. But if you just,
Because you got the water and the permaliner, it's not going to attract the roots.
No. The thing is you don't have the joints in there like this. It's the joints that have failed and cracked and separated a little bit, where the water starts leaking and the roots go for the water.
Yeah.
And then we got another joint back here. Now this one's offset. You can see it drops down about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, right there. And you got root intrusion in there. But that'll also be lined through. Everything that you're seeing now will be lined through all the way to that point. That's where the flag is, right there. So all that's lined, and you don't have any more problems.
Yeah.
From there all the way back to here now, you're all 4-inch plastic. It's got good grade. Everything looks fine. And I'll show you what the liner looks like after too, so you have a better idea of what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, with older homes, this is the norm.
Yeah.
This one isn't half as bad as a lot of them I've seen.
Yeah, we haven't had any problems in a long time.
Yeah. It's
Like I
just,
said, when we did that clean out, that made a world of difference.
oh yeah, it does. It helps. You've got a way to really clean it out,
Yeah.
because otherwise... Okay, and that concludes our sewer inspection.